watching you yesterday briefly, making a presentation, I was very impressed.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. So I'm always looking ahead, 5-year forecast, profit plan. Those are the things I practice. After that, I got into my own business, and for 33 years, I'm in the electronics manufacturing, a totally different area. As I shared with you at the dinner time, because of my background in humanities area, I was interested in human potential development. That's why I'm in here. Okay, and I went to Cambodia 6 times with Nancy, and the first time without Nancy, but from second time on with Nancy, and I found that the children touched my heart so deeply. That's why I'm still lingering here, and seeing you going back to your community and bringing their potential out, I'm excited about this. Yes. So I'm proposing continuing networking among you, and I'm a kind of a busy man still. I got to take care of a lot of things. So I have an assistant who is doing the community services. Her name is Kelly Graves, and I'm leaving my business card there. So I want you to take one card each. Then there's in Phnom Penh we have a Summit Cambodia Foundation, and that's the operating foundation of CMAS Foundation I have here. And there are 4 teachers trained by Nancy, and they've been teaching at different high schools. Right now, 7 high schools they are teaching. And Chief Operating Officer, his name is Pui Kia. He's a very renowned journalist in Cambodia. Everyone knows him. And he's the head officer of the foundation. And routinely they get together with the students who took these courses and get the survey done, what their response and feedback from the students. So he sent me the survey he did with graduate students from this program. Okay, so it's very interesting. I looked at what they like, what they were desiring, all these things in there. So this 1-page survey, so I want you to pick up 1 page. Then another one is school in Wonko, Banteng Winche province. Little girl, maybe 15 years old. I think she was a junior. And she came from very poor family. I didn't know how poor she was. Later on, Nancy and I visited her home, and I was so surprised. But she wrote the most magnificent vision statement. So I framed this at the company. I hung it in my office, and because she got the concept of vision so correctly, and her vision was so fascinating. I forwarded this vision statement translated in English to Shelley in the Path for Teens, and she brought yesterday. Is this what you want to pass out? So that's what I did. That's exactly what I saw. I made copies of her vision statement. The title says
The hotel manager?
Hotel manager.
Yes.
It's a building leaders by building dreams.
I began to think about my 10 years plan from today onward. When I finished my high school, I want to become a model hotel owner in my country. One day when I go on my business trip in another province, I have met a company owner. He asked me why do I want to become a model hotel owner? You are so small. How can you start your hotel business yourself? I will tell him that I must try to understand in every area of my work that I do not know, or I must look into it until I find it. That is why I have received a reward from my country, and this is what I have received. Then I say goodbye to the company owner who has asked me about my steps to achieve my success of becoming a model hotel owner in my country. After my business trip, I came back home and enjoyed the fellowship with everyone in my family. In the evening, my family and my niece have dinner together. Everyone enjoyed the meal and fellowship that no other families compared to our family. We finished our dinner maybe around 7:30. At our fellowship time, I invite my mom and dad to visit a province. My mom replied that, "Which place are we going to visit? How many days should we spend for this trip? Where will we stay?" She continues asking me, "What about your hotel? Who will be taking care of it?" Then I tell my mom that my secretary will take good care of my hotel. The next morning, we travel very early for our 1-week holiday. While we are traveling, my parents asked me how many provinces are we going to visit. I told my mom that we should go to a quiet place. Then I asked my parents, "Shall we go to the pagoda?" Then my mom smiles and said that, "You really understand my heart." After that, my mom asked to stop the car. Then she got out of the car, and she continues to speak to me. "My daughter, you have been working hard for so long. Now you should celebrate and make your heart clean." After we have spent our time at the pagoda, we continue our trip. Along the road, everything looks really green to our eyes. Once we are very close to Kompong Chnang province, we saw Niangornre Mountain. A mountain represents a sad woman that her husband has ran away from her from a distance. I felt very pity on her. We really enjoyed our trip. Then we came back home safely and good health. It's beautiful.
It's so funny. The husbands ran away from home. I saw so many of them in Cambodia. Husbands run away from home. Just abandoning the children. So anyway, this is such a closely. It will touch your heart because the conversation between her and her mom was so different compared to the other kids I interface routinely around here. So anyway, what I am proposing today is this is a very significant event because you come from different parts of the country and you go back to your community, but your gift is all different. Some of you are a great speaker, some of you are great community organizer, some of you are great teacher. All this gift is different. So I like to propose to have an annual retreat from the community leaders trained here, and even interchange the guest speaker on different times of these things. So my role is a resource provider. I'm a financial resource provider. I deeply believe in this. So I haven't been teaching this program myself at all, okay? But God gave me the business. I have to utilize it for this purpose. I deeply believe in this. That's why I'll be the provider of financial resources for your activities. But I'm not an ordinary kind of philanthropist. I have a special purpose. It's bringing out the highest potential of human potential. That's what I believe in. So if you go different direction, I may not be able to support you. Yeah, but if you are staying in that course where I deeply believe in, how we go all out, okay? So I want you to consider me as a resource provider, and you will be contacting your community, youth or other people. But Nancy, for example, straight along more toward the senior side of it. I'm a senior, but I don't belong to senior group. So I don't have passion for the senior. So today, she has a conflict. She's got to go to Long Beach Senior Center. I say, no, I don't go there.
But get this, his therapist recommend him to take Tai Chi from that man who...
I went to see my physical therapist, and she said, you need to, she's a Chinese origin, and she said, you need to do Tai Chi and the dancing. So I started laughing. So why you laugh? She said, my wife is teaching these things in the and I'm seeing this, I got really excited. I almost joined that group, but I cannot do that. That's what it is. So if Nancy goes to the senior side of it, I'm not gonna support this trip that much. Okay?
Thanks, Dave.
Yeah, Long Beach is a special area, so I will continue to support this Dream Beyond the Foundation. Dream Beyond the Foundation, she started teaching the scholarship students. Now she strays into the senior side of it. So I don't have much of a passion, and I reluctantly just support. Okay, but I hope you don't form the senior citizen group
over there.
Of course, it's important, but what I am proposing is we need to have some sense of cause or mission. Without passion, nothing can be done. I experienced it through my business over 30 years. If you are passionate about from inner side of you, then you can do everything. But if you're not passionate, you are just lukewarm, nothing will come out good. So that's what I can propose. So I want you to form some kind of group here. It's a very important group here. Different parts of the community, different background. I listen to some of your background is fascinating, really. And talent is different. So putting together and as leaders of each regional community, if you can, that's what Shirley was proposing. How do we do this? What we've been doing from ground zero up to now. And I talked to Cambodian, the university students, they be giving scholarship to them. And I told them, I will eventually networking you guys with students in US. They're excited about it. So make it happen.
It actually is.
Yes.
So we can provide the email. Today's age, information and technology age is different from industrial age. Industrial age, basically machine center, equipment center. But today, everything is innovation, creativity, human-centered technology age. So technology interconnects everything. It doesn't matter where you are in Cambodia or in US, in Los Angeles or Philadelphia or New York. Instantly we can get connected through email, Facebook, all these things. So we have to understand that today's technology and utilizing this unique technology of the period to maximize what we are doing. So we are part of the team. And I just want to emphasize, my role is providing these resources, and you will be experiencing a lot of heartwarming things doing this thing. So testimony, I will provide, even you can provide the guest speakers at the retreat time. Once a year, in winter time, Florida might be a good place. The East Coast people, they can fly short distance.
Thank you.
Not coming all the way to California.
We don't mind.
Yeah.
We don't mind.
So we can do this kind of things. So I want you to have a big vision, really, just like Sok Chili. I never thought she could visualize it 10 years later. She becomes a hotel owner. Yesterday you looked at his name is Chiro. He wanted to become the president of the hospital, biggest hospital in Phnom Penh. Now, because of his family situation, he couldn't apply for the university when he graduated. He stayed at home, helped the family 1 year until his brother came back home. Then he left the town and came to Phnom Penh, and he's going to university. And Sok Chili, that little girl, I was amazed. I found out she came to Phnom Penh. If she didn't take this course, she couldn't have even thought coming to Phnom Penh. Why would she come to Phnom Penh? She wanted to pursue her dream. Okay, so we will be supporting those two people, because I see Chirong, Sok Chili's face I didn't see, but Chirong is always with the Summit Foundation activities. So I will be supporting those people. And there are many, many heartwarming stories. And that's another thing I want to communicate with you is we are not delivering head knowledge. Absolutely not. You cannot communicate with the different generation people with your head knowledge, especially in today's environment. It's a visual age, and it's a heart-to-heart communication. Especially this youth leadership, you gotta give yourself to the people. Otherwise, they will not be motivated. You know, they can get all kind of information from Google, but what is the really basic talent? How you connect with other people, how you live, how you learn your life skills, all these things. You are teaching very important skills to the people. No high school, no school is teaching these things. So I think all of us are in a very privileged position to convey this life skill knowledge from heart to heart to the young people. Okay, that's what I can say.
Boys to the bold, all their stories will be told. Rewards to the bold, 'cause they risked it all. Washington fought hard and true for people's vision, inspired and new. No troops could he spare, getting food was even rare. In snow he fought through and through. Jefferson